Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to learn how to model this Apple Watch. I got a reference material online that I used for this as a guide, but the whole point is to teach you step by step how to make this watch. I'm going to be showing you how to get the materials, how to do this hand, very easy straps, and the textures for the background and the wooden material as well. So I'm going to be taking you step by step on this. It's absolutely beginner friendly. Even if you're new to Blender, if you do your best to follow, you would be able to model this at the end of the day. So I'm going to show you how to project this front view on the screen from the original picture. So if this is what you want to learn, keep watching and let's jump into it. So at the end of the day, you're going to get this result. So I'm going to be showing you how to set up the scene as well. And all of these nodes, these complicated geometries that you see down here, you don't have to worry. I'm going to show you how to put all this color and these little buttons and set up the camera and the light basically. So it's going to be a beginner friendly tutorial, like I said. So all of these nodes, I'm going to show you how to connect them. And some of them come with the materials that we use, so you don't have to worry about connecting all of these nodes. Then I'm going to show you how to do the glass in the screen because it's a different material. And that's enough being said. Let's jump into it. Okay, with this reference image in the background, you want to go Shift A and add in a cube. Then what you want to do is tap into edit mode and then enable your X-ray and scale it down like that. Okay. Then you want to go GZ, move it up a little bit. We're just trying to line it up, properly. Then you want to go SX and scale it on the X axis like that. Then like about that, yeah, that should be fine. Then what you want to do now is go um shift control shift B. Okay, no, that's not what you want to do. You want to delete the back vert. This is the reference image and this is the back part of it, so delete this back so you have only the front and the reference image. So what you want to do is go control shift B and then round it up by rolling your middle mouse button like that, and you should have this. Then what you should do at this point is try to line it up with the silver part of the watch. So A to select everything, and then you go G, X, and move it like that. Something like that should be fine. Then what we want to do what we want to do now is I to insert it like about this much. Yeah, like about this much. Then P and separate by selection. So if you tab back out, put off your X-ray, you should be able to see that you have a screen as an as a separate entity. So select everything, tab back in, and go Shift Alt, select that vert, and we're gonna need another reference image by the left hand side so we can actually model the thickness of the watch, the breadth of the watch, where the dial is, and so we're going to select this reference image. We're going to select the reference image and we're going to duplicate it and bring it to the x-axis. Okay, that one is not working, so I have to duplicate it manually. I'll just go Shift D anyway. So Shift D will just duplicate. So select it and go Shift D and uh, move it to the x-axis. and go RZ90, enter, and then you rotate it that way. Then you want to move it back on the x-axis like that. Then what you want to do is G no, that's not what I want to move. I want to move the reference image. So GZ up and GY like that. And we want to be able to see this part of it, this side view, directly from where we're viewing the actual mesh, so we can like align it with this. Go to your right view and go to, okay, this is it. So we want to see this from the side view and see if it aligns properly with the original reference material. So what we want to do is look at it from the side view, and so we're going to select this reference material and move it a little bit until it aligns well. I want to go G and move it a little bit until it aligns properly with our mesh. Until it aligns properly with our mesh. So let's go to our edit mode again and view it from this side, and let's see. I think that's looking almost perfect, or almost aligned. So we can still move it anyway. So let's tab back out into object mode, select the reference material, and then move it a little bit more. Like that should be fine. Then let's zoom out, look for our mesh, select the mesh, and tap into edit mode and look at it from the right view. Okay, this is okay. This is almost perfect. So I think we can continue from here. So what we want to do now is extrude on the y-axis like this. Should be okay. Then want to select okay, want to scale it down a little bit. Scale it down just a little bit to match the reference. Then what you want to do is select everything, go to your modifier, and add in a subdivision surface modifier. You can see that we have normal issues at the edge. So what we can do to fix this is go Control R to add in a loop. When adding a loop cut, you move it in like that. Then Control R here too to add in a loop this way, and then move it like that to round things up nicely. So okay, this is looking all right. What we want to do now is continue modeling. So I want to go Shift Alt, select this vert, and we can continue from here. So we'll go E to extrude on the Y like this, and then scale it up, just following the natural profile of the watch. Then E to extrude on the Y, and S to scale it like that. That's a little too much. Okay, that's fine. Then E to extrude it on the Y again, like that, just following the natural profile of the watch. E to extrude on the Y again, and then scale it. We can't really see it, but we could just scale it to match our imagination at that point, and scale it in like that. E to extrude on the Y again, and then scale it in like that. So this should be okay for now. You see our watch is coming coming together quite nicely. So want to tap back out, right click and go shade smooth. And because we have a subdivision surface modifier on, the smoothing, the shading will be so smooth and it will look quite nice. So this is very, very satisfying. This is very satisfying. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You're doing very, very well. You're doing fantastic, fantastically well. What we want to do now is to model the other small buttons and the hose and other features in the watch. So that's what we want to do at this point. So in your we want to model this these buttons and this hose. So we would have to have a reference material by the left and the right for this to work perfectly. So we're gonna select this material, duplicate, and move to the other side like that. I think that would help us work better. Then hide this one because we want to start from this other side. So go to your front left view, yeah, something like that. Then you want to toggle on the X-ray so you can see better. Okay, something like this should be fine. So the first item we want to model here is that button. So in your left view that we are in, just go Shift A. Oh no, okay, hold on. Let me see. Is there anything else we need to add on the main? No, that should be fine. So toggle off the X-ray and go Shift A and add in a cylinder. RX90. Oh, okay. We you want to undo that? That's the wrong. Select the cylinder and go RX90. Oh no, that's not what we want to do. Control Z to go back RY90. Okay, that's it. And then scale it way down. We're gonna use this cylinder to make that button. So move it like that. Toggle off the X-ray. Toggle on the X-ray rather, so we can align it properly. Move it. Scale it like that. And you wanna move it, yeah, like that, and scale it. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to scale this down and align it properly with that button. Don't worry, when we tap into edit mode, it will be, yeah, we just tapped into edit mode, so it will be more visually noticeable. So right now, this button is in the middle, in the center of the watch, and it's supposed to be at the edge. So we're going to tap back out and then move it to the end of the watch because that's where we want it to be. We're going to be using the Boolean modifier anyway, so we want to place it there. So go to your left view and tap back into, you want to move it up a little bit before you tap into edit mode. And select half of this vert. And select half of this vert and go GZ and move it down like that. Okay, something like that should be fine. Then what you want to make sure you do though is okay, this is sitting quite nicely. What you want to make sure you do at this point is uh is okay, I'm still looking at it to see if there's any detail. Just toggle off the X-ray. Let's see what we have. Okay, toggle it back on. Now we want to select these vertices inside and bevel them. You bevel them a little bit, yeah, because we're going to be cutting this shape into the actual watch. So we'll bevel it that way and go to your toggle off the X-ray. tap back out and apply the scale for this to work. So what you want to do now is select the watch body, and with that selected, go to your modifiers and give it a Boolean modifier. Click on this eyedropper and select this object you want to cut into the watch. So you want to come here and apply that modifier and then select the object and G, remove it. You see it has cut that shape perfectly into the watch. So right click to let go, and what you want to do is tap into edit mode, A to select everything, and then S to scale it in a little bit, just a tiny little bit. Because if you look at the reference image, you'd see that there's a small gap between the button and the actual watch body. So that's what we're trying to do here. We can as well scale it on the x-axis anyways. Just, no, on the y-axis. We can scale it on the y-axis as well. So S, Y. Scale it in a little bit just to have that small gap there. So then what we want to do next is there's still a little bit detail there. We need to we need to make this inner part that looks that gives it like a curvy shape. So what we want to do to make that part is tap back in and select this face and go um, G X and move it in like that to reduce the length. Reduce the length to fit the reference. Then you want to go I to insert this like about this much. Then you want to go E to extrude in like that. Okay, let's see. Okay, we don't want to do that. Control Z to undo that. We want to go I to insert it one more time. And we want to go Shift Alt, click, no, not that. Shift Alt, click on these faces. Mm, These faces here. And then we want to go E to extrude it in like that. This is not exactly what we have in the reference material. We're just using our creative license at this point. So just go Control B to bevel it. It's not looking nice, so Control Z to undo that. So I think I'll just go with something like this. Step back out and I think I can just leave mine like this. It doesn't have to be exactly the same thing. We're just using it as a reference material. It's not like we're doing exactly what they have in that picture. So now we're going to be modeling the other part, the cycle part. That's the hole on it, and we're going to be using Shift A. Go and add in a cylinder. I think we can use a cylinder for that. With this cylinder active, go S to scale it way down, and I think this is where we would stop the class. Would stop the tutorial for today.